This is the point where we stopped. I'm explaining you the poem line by line so that when you are going to take notes, you'll get things clear. Okay, you can get a clear understanding of the poem. It is better to note down all the meanings of the words. Come to the next line now. What is the next line? His coat is dusty from neglect. His whiskers are uncombed. His coat is dusty. What is this word coat referred to? It refers to the fur on the cat. It refers to the fur, the hair of the cat. His coat is dusty. His fur is dusty from neglect. What does this word neglect mean, children? What does this word neglect mean? Neglect means ignorance. Okay, neglect means ignorance. What is called ignorance? So, his coat is dusty. His fur is full of dirt. He looks dirty. He looks dusty. And from neglect, neglect means this shows that he never takes care of himself. He never minds about his appearance. Okay, it shows that he doesn't know that he looks dirty because he is planning about the next crime. He is thinking about the next crime. He is not worried about himself. He is not concerned of taking care of himself. The Macavity looks dirty because he is not interested in taking care of himself. His whiskers are uncombed. You know what is called whiskers? Here I have given you a better image of whiskers. The hair, okay, the hair on his face, the facial hair, it looks uncombed. It is not combed properly. It is not maintained properly. It is not taken care. Yes. For example, you can take it when you're going to participate in a competition, running race or something like that. You will never mind about yourself. Even though if you're going to fall down, you will just get up and run. Yes, no? That is what. So this Macavity, what he does? He is involved in committing the next crime. That is the reason why he is not able to take care of himself. He looks dirty. He looks dusty because of his ignorance. And you could see his whiskers are uncombed. It is not maintained in a proper way. Come to the next line now. He sways his head from side to side with movements like a snake. Have you seen a snake swaying its head from side to side? So, this snake, this cat is compared to a snake. Underline this line and write it simile. S-I-M-I-L-E, simile. It is a poetical device. I'll explain you. Underline this line and make a note of it. What is a poetical device used here? It is simile. Make a note of it. It is simile. S-I-M-I-L-E, simile. He sways his head from side to side with movements like a snake. So you could see here the cat is compared to a snake. It shows that he is deeply indulged in a thought of committing the next crime. That is why he is thinking about something and he is swaying his head. Okay, next. And when you think he is half asleep, he is always wide awake. See the picture which I have given you, children? When we think that the cat is sleeping, it is wide awake. See the image? This is the thing. When we think that Macavity is half asleep, no, he is wide awake. And this is the way he is cheating. He is deceiving people. He is planning for the next crime. We people may think that he is sleeping, but he is not doing that. He is wide awake. He is thinking of the next crime. He is thinking for the ways to deceive people, to cheat people. Yes, Macavity is thinking for the ways to cheat people. How to cheat people? How to commit the next crime? He never sleeps. He plans the ways of committing next crime. This shows that he is always wide awake. He keeps his eyes wide awake. A beautiful description, okay? Like when we read the poem, when we enjoy the poem, we really feel like does the cat exist really? And we used to wonder that does a cat exist really like this? Or does a cat existed like this? Yes, beautiful poem by T.S. Eliot. Next, come to the next stanza now. Macavity, Macavity, there is no one like Macavity. You can see this line often getting repeated in the poem. You can underline this line and write it as a repetition. We are going to have a separate class for poetical devices since this poem has many number of poetical devices in it. We are going to have a separate class for the poetical devices. For he is a fiend in feline shape, a monster of depravity. For he is a fiend in feline shape, a monster of depravity. You may meet him in a by street. You may see him in the square. But when a crime discovered, then Macavity is not there. You may see him, you may meet him in a by street. You may see him in the square. But when a crime discovered, then Macavity is not there. Are you reading the poem with me? Macavity, Macavity, there is no one like Macavity, for he is a fiend in feline shape, a monster of depravity. You may meet him in a by street, you may see him in the square, but when a crime is discovered, then Macavity is not there. Last stanza of the poem. Macavity, Macavity, there is no one like Macavity. This line shows that there is no such cat in the entire world like this mystery cat, like this Macavity. What does the poet tries to tell us? There is no such cat in the entire world like this Macavity or like this mystery cat. This cat is something different. There is no one like Macavity. There is no such cat like Macavity. The poet is trying to bring out the idea through the repetition of line. For he is a fiend in feline shape. What is the meaning of the word fiend, children? Underline the word and write it as devil. Fiend in feline shape. Underline the word fiend and write it as devil. Feline. Feline is a word which demonstrates the species of cats. Feline is a word which demonstrates the species of cat. We used to address the cat family by using the word feline, where we call dogs as canine. So this word, this term is used to refer to cat. This term is related to cat. So here the poet says that Macavity is a cat in devil's view. So here he is telling like devil in cat shape. Macavity is a devil in cat shape. In the previous stanza we have seen that Macavity is a cat which is compared to a snake. Here we are saying that what is the meaning of the word fiend? Fiend is nothing but a devil in cat shape, a monster of depravity. What is the meaning of the word monster? A giant, a devil of depravity, trying to cheat someone, trying to deceive someone, doing all the immoral things. Okay, there is no tinge of morality in him. There is no tinge of morality. He is not ready to do even a good thing. A good thing he is not ready to do. A monster of depravity with full of immorality, with full of immoral values. Okay, there is no tinge of morality. Tinge means there is no such morality in him. So he is a devil in cat shape and he is a monster with all the immoral values, with the immorality. Have you got the meaning of the line? You may meet him in a by street. You may see him in the square. The poet says that when you don't take a main road, okay, by street means a parallel road. He is not seen in the main street. He is seen in the parallel street. You may see him in the square. Square is a place, common place where people used to meet. It's like a center of the city where people used to meet. They used to spend some time. They used to relax themselves. So the poet tries to say that you can meet him in the by street, you can see him in the square, so he is present everywhere. Okay, this Macavity, he is seen there in the parallel street and he is seen here in the square. But when the police force is going to search him, you cannot see him. What is happening there, children? You may meet him in the by street, you may see him in the square. Last line. But when a crime is discovered, then Macavity is not there. When you come across a crime, when there is a crime happen, you cannot see Macavity over there. So this is the thing we have seen in the first stanza itself. After the scene of crime, Macavity is not there. The poet is telling that you can see Macavity anywhere in the by street, in the square. But when a crime is discovered, then Macavity is not there. He escapes. How he escapes, children? Through his powers of levitation, which we have seen in second stanza. His power of floating. Okay. So this is a beautiful description and an interesting poem by T.S. Eliot, the last line of the poem. And we have poetical devices in the poem to be discussed. That we will do it in the next class because I have explained you the poem, whereas we don't have time to discuss the poetical devices. This class on poetical devices will be the next class for you. Get ready with your textbook. What I want you to do is underline the lines of the poem and take down notes. Get ready in the next class to know the poetical devices. There are many poetical devices to be discussed, and so far we have completed 2 poems. The first poem is Ant and the Cricket, and the second poem is, what's the second poem, children? Geography lesson. I have introduced you some of the poetical devices. So when you read the poem, if you come across any poetical devices and if you can give them what is that poetical devices, it is better to note down, children. Will you make a note of it when you come across a poetical device? And if you know that, you will come to know the poetical devices in the next class. Get ready, children, and we will meet in the next class in the same platform of learning. What we are going to discuss in next class? It's the poetical devices. Until then, bye children. Get ready for the next session. Bye bye. See you.